I'm Jesse Draper, the Valley Girl. What does your company do? Have you ever Googled yourself?
Totally.
What makes a great entrepreneur? What's your next big idea? Tweeting's like my favorite. Let's talk business.
I'm like the Valley Girl.
Dun, da dun, da dun, dun. What am I doing? The Tango, only the coolest mobile-to-mobile app company ever. Let's talk business with Setton. Tango is an application that allows you to make free video and phone calls on the iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, and hundreds of Android phones and tablets over 3G, 4G, and Wi-Fi. Setton is a co-founder of Tango and a windsurfer.
Hello.
Hi, Eric! Welcome to the Valley Girl Show. It's
Thanks
so
for having
nice to
me.
meet you. Have a seat in our pink chair.
Great.
Now, before we do anything, I heard Tango is 1 year old.
That's right.
Is that
we
true?
just turned 1.
Happy birthday! Everyone, happy birthday to you!
Ooh.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Tango! Woo! Happy birthday to you! I know, I'm sorry we didn't have a candle. We were ill prepared for this.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We'd like a slice of cake for your birthday.
I would love one.
That's a big deal, 1 year old. That's
It is.
really exciting.
It is. And you know, it's so much has happened in Tango in this 1 year. So I think, we feel really proud of everything that we've covered in the last 12 months.
How did you decide to start Tango?
My partner and I, Ori, we're from international background.
Okay.
My family's in France, his family is in Israel and split out around the world.
Oh, wow.
And we really wanted to find a way of making sure that we could be connected to our loved ones, our parents, our siblings. And when we started starting our second company together, Tango, my wife was actually pregnant with our first child. And so, my parents don't come so often, and we really wanted to find a good way for me to be able to share, with my family back in France, all the life of our baby and, all the special moments that happen when you have your first kid.
Definitely.
And so Tango was just the perfect product for us, something that we'd use every day, where we'd be able to not only speak, but also, share all the new things around you and have that emotional connection that you get when you're speaking to somebody face to face.
Do you use Tango just all the time?
Pretty much every day.
Why did you call it Tango?
So, Tango is a very sophisticated and complicated dance. But when two dancers of Tango, are completely synchronized and everything is just right, it just looks like effortless and seamless. And so that's really what we wanted to create with the application. Something that requires tremendous technology, very, very difficult to do, because to get these video calls on the 3G network is not easy, but we just want to disappear and make it seem as easy as a phone call.
What platforms are you on right now? You just launched your PC, right?
Right, so when we released a year ago, we were on the iPhones and on the Android phones, and we decided that we were going to cover everybody. So it doesn't matter if you have a camera on the front or just one on the back, people just want to use it. And don't ask me what the people with the camera on the back do, if they do this, if they use mirrors. I don't know, but we have a lot of users on all sorts of different phones. We're on 450 different phones today, phones and tablets.
I didn't even know there were 450 devices.
You see, it surprises even us.
Do you have 450 devices?
At the office? Pretty close to that, probably.
Are you kidding? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I might have to get a picture of that, of just the
we've got
pile of devices.
we've got a safe, because a lot of these devices
yeah.
we also get before they release,
Oh,
and so we
yeah.
have all these phones
Oh my goodness.
in our safe that we lock every night, and yeah, it's cool to see this stuff before it comes out.
It's amazing, your growth. So you started out with 0 users, and you're at how many right now?
Well, after 10 days, we signed up our first 1 million users.
Oh my God.
And we've been adding about a million users every 2 weeks. So we're close to 24 million users now.
That's incredible, in 1 year.
I actually think that it's the fastest growing communication service in history. So it's, I think
High five.
people, yeah.
Good job.
I think we feel pretty special about that, obviously. But there's nothing more exciting than that, right? When you create something that everybody wants to adopt and everybody is using, And it's also, you know, the applications themselves are very touching for us. A few months ago, there were the big earthquakes in Japan. And that day, we just saw a huge surge of all the calls within Japan and outside of Japan because the phone networks were jammed, but Tango could still go through. So we started getting emails after emails of people telling us, well, thanks Tango, because I was able to make sure that, you know, my family was safe tonight and that they had some place to sleep. And so when you hear that, I mean, there's nothing else that you want to do just to make sure that, you know, the service works flawlessly, that the quality is great, and that we can support as many people as possible.
Why do you think mobile is such a big industry right now?
Look, mobile changes everything. And, you know, first of all, it starts with the devices, right? I mean, they're gadgets that you just love to have in your hand. They're fantastic time killers. Every time that you've got a moment, right?
I like
you jump
that.
on your phone.
They're definitely time killers.
And you're captive, right? When you're on your mobile, the world disappears and it's you and your mobile, and you know, you don't have different things going on.
There's that great moment between people where it's, you know, someone gets up to go to the bathroom and then it's like the other person sort of politely waits a minute and then they're just down.
Waiting a minute is very polite.
Yeah, very polite. 2 seconds.
But think about it, right? It's something that's always connected, that is always with you, and that is a personal device, and that has a wealth of information.
I have a little activity for you.
Okay.
Okay, it's called the Fabulous Cup.
Fab Cup. It's fabulous.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Set, go.
Fun. Haha.
You got this.
Motto. That's a word that explains what you do. Trendy. Something fashionable. Advertisement. When I try to convince you to use something. Viral. Something that spreads like illness. Breakthrough. When you didn't know how to do something, but suddenly it occurs to you that you know. Video chat. A conversation that's better than a phone call.
Yes, great, awesome, high five. Now, since you and Yuri are both international, what brought you to Silicon Valley?
I came for my studies. I came to study at Stanford. It was, you know, the dream place for me because the office in which I was doing my research at Stanford, believe it or not, was on the same floor as the guy who'd created color TV.
Oh, wow.
Above my office, there was a guy who'd created DSL. And next door to him was a guy who had created MRI. So, you know, I think it's a very humbling and special place. And, you know, I mean, it's just a place where you want to work really hard to make sure that, you know, you're not the stupidest of, you know, all the bunch of people that are around you.
How does Tango differ from, you know, FaceTime and Skype?
It's fundamentally different because Tango is actually based on your address book. There's no login, there's no password. There's no username that you need to pick for yourself,
I love
right?
that.
Well, you just put your phone number and everybody remembers their
These
phone
days,
number.
there's so many usernames you have to remember.
Exactly.
I have like a whole grid of passwords and usernames and email addresses for certain, you know, things.
Exactly, and that's cumbersome, right?
Yeah.
But mobile is your personal device, right? So you don't need all that. And we go through your address book and automatically find your contacts for you. So that's, you know, the simplicity of it.
I played around with it a little. It is very easy. I would love if you would teach me how to Tango.
Okay, we can try.
Is that possible?
Well, why don't we try?
Okay, let's do it. So, you're gonna teach me how to Tango, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so here it is.
So you press on
I click the
Tango, the
Tango.
application.
And then
You
I'll
see
call
my-
Eric Setton.
Yeah, just show up.
That's you.
It's ringing.
Oh, someone's calling you.
That's right. I wonder who that is. Let's press the camera button.
Okay. This is so easy.
Oh, and there you go.
Now I'm showing everyone the camera.
Hi.
Hi, Eric.
How's it
How
going?
are you doing? Long time no
Great.
see.
So you see, we're on 3G here, and the quality is just great, and we can have our conversation.
We should pretend I'm in like Timbuktu.
Exactly, you know, and I'll be in Botswana.
Perfect.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, oh my God, it's still.
Let me show you what Botswana is like. I'll use my back camera.
Oh, Botswana looks nice. It looks even the same if you were right next to me as it does in Botswana.
And they have this pink set too here.
It's
How
like,
weird.
yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah,
All
Valley
right,
Girl in Botswana.
good to see you.
Bye. I love it. That's so fun. So now, can you teach me how to Tango?
I thought we just did.
Well, I think that there's two kinds of tango. And it takes two to tango.
Okay.
You know what was so cool is that this was on 3G.
already being able to use it wherever you are, right?
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. Okay, so
teach me how to tango.
So
Here.
I'll try to teach you the base step if I remember it.
Okay, here, maybe this will help.
Okay, so we'll use this as our guidance, you
Okay.
know? Okay, so the very first step, you go backwards.
Okay,
Like this.
backwards.
And now you slide to the left.
Okay,
And now forward.
forwards. You're quite the tangoer. I'm impressed.
Forward again.
Okay.
You cross.
Oh my goodness.
And then here. And back.
Okay,
we
let's
do it
do it
once
all
more?
together. I'm like the Valley Girl.
I'm like Eric Setton of Tango.
And now it's time for your ditz moment.
Dun, 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 dun.